We're so glad that you're here. I want to get to Tara Palmieri. Tara Palmieri is an incredible journalist. She is a veteran journalist and author of The Red Letter on Substack and the host of the Tara Palmieri Show here on YouTube. And she's doing the best reporting, I believe, on this Jeffrey Epstein case. Today was a big day. I think this is monumental. Go ahead. You tell me what you think, Tara. Thanks
Yeah, I think thank you for having me, Don. Appreciate that. Thanks for staying on this story too, and being so committed to it. I got a lot of texts this morning from survivors of Jeffrey Epstein saying this is everything to them. This is a smoking gun. This is hopefully for them accountability, justice. And, by noon, you've got the president's defenders out there saying, oh, this is ridiculous. This is using a woman who's dead and can't even speak for herself, Virginia Giuffre, to take away from the contents of the emails that tie him to a victim. And so everything in the Epstein story somehow gets muddled. It is never clear cut. There is just so many political motives, but I sense so much desperation from the White House. I mean, from all of the reporting, the way he was furiously calling Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace, thinking that he could pressure them to not release the discharge petition, to remove their names.
Explain to our viewers and subscribers what happened. So about the calling of Lauren Boebert and who else was it? And
Nancy Mace.
Nancy Mace, right? Try to get them to change their, I guess, vote to not allowing it to be released. Sorry, go ahead. Can you explain to them?
For sure. I mean, it's a really complicated measure, but like if the speaker will not allow you to bring a bill to the House floor, then you can do a discharge petition. You just have to get 218 signatures. And so Thomas Massie, and he's a Republican, and Ro Khanna, Democrat, they have been working for months to try to get 218 signatures. And there were 3 Republican women who were willing to go along with this: Nancy Mace, who is a survivor of sexual assault, Lauren Boebert, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And President Trump thought that Nancy Mace could be a sticky one, that he might be able to pressure her because she is running for governor in South Carolina, and his endorsement would go a really long way in the Republican primary for her. I think everyone in town was holding their breath, unsure of what she would do, because she's a highly unpredictable person. I tried calling her a few times. I know a lot of other reporters tried to reach her, and I think she likes that drama. And she tweeted something out cryptically about Democrats and the files, and it didn't really quite make sense what she was saying. And if she was going to try to use that as like a way to remove her signature, because she already signed it. So it wouldn't be a matter of signing it. They had already signed it. They would have to proactively remove their signatures, which to me is just like incredibly cowardly, especially when you know that our president, who is acting like a mob boss, trying to shake people down, well, they would call it a whip, is trying to get them to stop the Epstein files from moving forward. So Tim Burchett, he is a Republican from Tennessee. He actually suggested that they vote on it now, but it was blocked by the speaker. So yeah, you can see where some people are at. But, my sources on the Hill, Republican sources, told me last night that if that bill comes to the House floor, it is going to be nearly impossible for them to not vote yes. And they're breaking ranks already. 3 or 4 of them have. So I actually think this will be passed pretty easily. And eventually Trump will have to deal with that.
Yeah, I would say, but what I wanted you to explain was about how they're strong arming these people apparently at the White House. And it's like, DEFCON 6 right now for the strong arming. Do you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's been happening all summer long, Don. Like, that's the only way they've been able to keep these members in line. That's part of the reason during the shutdown they were told to go back to their districts and not come back. It's why they were released from the house. They got a recess early. I mean, these men and women have barely worked this whole summer. They've had a great summer thanks to Speaker Mike Johnson, who's basically just Trump. And Trump, according to the New York Times, jokes to people, I'm both the speaker and the president. That's how much power he knows he ways with this House, with this speaker. And so it is interesting to see some of these members breaking ranks. It shows that he might be entering his lame duck session. And I don't think it's just around the Epstein files. I think if he were in a stronger position politically, they would be more afraid. But since inflation is so high, the Republicans just had a pretty brutal loss last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, the midterms. I think they're starting to question whether they should hang their futures on Donald Trump. So there's always politics in all of this. It's not always about justice and doing the right thing. But,
So what does today mean? Because you've been following this for a long time and you woke up to all of these emails and everything. Were you like, okay, this is big, this is huge. I think that this feels different to me. And why are they in such, panic mode and people tweeting about why, Asha Rangappa said, why didn't Todd Blanche ask Ghislaine Maxwell all of these questions when he had the opportunity to, when he went to visit her in prison and then moved her? This is what Asha said. Todd Blanche would have had these emails before interviewing Maxwell. Why didn't he question her directly about her exchanges? Why did he not follow up when she said things that were obviously a lie? That shows that was a performance intended to dupe the public and benefit her and Trump.
I think that is very clear, and that this was all a performance to clear President Trump. She said she never saw him do anything inappropriate with any man. And also, why would they clear what? I just don't see what value she had. She wasn't a credible source. She was a perjurer. She'd been charged with perjury. She was a sex trafficker of children, convicted sex trafficker. Why did anyone even care what she had to say? Her reputation, I mean, and they're going to say, "Oh, okay, yep, she said it. He's cleared. let's keep moving, people." I mean, it was absurd.
What next, Tara?
I believe that this drip will continue, because this is the worst way to manage a crisis. The stonewalling, the denials, all of it. The don't believe your lying eyes when you see my 50th birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. It's people are, it's honestly, it's ringing a little bit like Biden, in the sense that when they were saying he's not old, and everyone's like, well, we can see that the guy's old, right? Or they would say Bidenomics, like the economy's great. And that's what Trump's doing now. Even Laura Ingraham was like, come on, the economy's not great, right? He's trying to tell the American people not to believe their own eyes. And it doesn't work. You can't escape it. It's just, this is the reality. And I don't think that he can continue this. This is the one story that has really stuck with him. I think even more so than January 6th. I think it's stuck with him. It's really hard to maintain a presidency while being connected to a global pedophile ring. I don't know how anyone can do that.
Yeah. Tara tweeted today, a GOP source suggested I call Lauren Boebert or Nancy Mace in the next 15, I guess you meant minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
That's okay. Trump has been pressuring them like crazy the last 24 hours, and he would need them both to pull their names off the discharge petition within the next 15 to 30 minutes. I couldn't reach Mace. You talked about that a little bit, but man, this is all coming to a head, Tara.
Right. I mean, it was a mad dash. It was a frantic, what I guess, I don't know how to describe it, but a frantic scramble, you could say, a meltdown inside of the White House to try to get these individual House members to cave. I mean, I've never heard of anything quite like it before, to be honest.
Hey, Tara, I know you have some reporting to do, so I want you to go, but before you go, did anything come of this do we know what happened inside this meeting?
Oh, with Laura Boebert
Yeah. Has a meeting happened, this meeting inside the White House with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Todd Blanche?
I don't know of the meeting yet. I haven't had the chance to do the reporting on that yet. I've been in back-to-back. I'm working on a piece right now on my newsletter, The Red Letter. Everybody, please check it out. It's TaraPalmieri.com, and I've got a YouTube show too, The Tara Palmieri Show at Tara Palmieri. So thank you guys, and I always love coming on with Don Lemon and the lemon heads,
Lemonhead.
the
Thank you.
Lemonati.
Check out Tara on Substack and check her out on YouTube. Thank you, Tara Palmieri. Keep up the great reporting. Straight out now to Representative Eric Swalwell, who serves California's 14th Congressional District. He has been in Washington and he knows what's going on behind the scenes. So take us there. What does this mean today? Talk to us about this reported strong arming of Republican members of Congress to try to get them not to sign off on this. I guess we would call it a resolution, is what you would call it, Representative?
40 days into the shutdown, it's now clear that what I suspected and you suspected, Don, and you've been roaming these halls that I'm in at the Capitol right now, that this was an Epstein shutdown, that Speaker Johnson buried these files a mile beneath the earth, prevented us from being in session so that we could find a way out of the shutdown, so that we could pay air traffic controllers, pay air marshals, pay federal workers. We didn't do that for 40 days. They missed multiple paychecks. And now we are learning, not because Trump or the Department of Justice is cooperating, but the Epstein estate is cooperating, that Donald Trump is directly connected to Jeffrey Epstein. So we are now in the midst of what's called a discharge petition. So what does that mean for your viewers? Well, the Speaker of the House, which is Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, which is Donald Trump, controls what comes to the floor for a vote. However, there's one way to get around the Speaker, and that's when a majority of the House signs a discharge petition. So a majority of the members means 218 votes. We've had 217 for the last couple months, but Adelita Grijalva from Arizona was elected well over a month ago in Arizona, so she is the 218th signature, except Johnson wouldn't open Congress, wouldn't swear her in. So that finally happened today. She took the oath. She signed the petition. We are at 218. And yes, there's this mad dash pressure campaign by the White House to try and have one of the Republican signatures come off the petition so that they can further protect Donald Trump from just how close he is to Epstein.
It's so weird. Why are they trying so damn hard not to have
It's all
these
coming out, right? It's all coming out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all coming out, whether it's through this petition or the Epstein family releasing what they have. I don't know if you recall, Don, but about 2 months ago, Kash Patel testified to the Judiciary Committee. I questioned him. I said, how many times was Trump mentioned? He didn't want to answer. I said, was it 1,000 times? Was it 500 times? Was it 100 times? He said, no, nothing like that. And now it looks like it was probably something like that.
Okay, so you look like you're in the, I hate to say, bowels of Congress. So what is going on right now as it relates to this? Are people upstairs?
So
what is happening?
Yeah, so we're headed to vote right now. This is the vote to, reopen government without really any promise to get a vote on healthcare. So I'm voting no on that. But I'll just let you guys see. This is the congressional choo-choo train, as we would call it. And headed to the floor to vote. But now, under these rules, the Speaker has to bring this up for a vote unless he can get one of these members to waive off. If you're asking me, who is the most likely, I'd tell you it's probably Lauren Boebert. She's the weakest, least mature of those who are on it. But I'll tell you, their supporters are not going to be happy if they do this, because the Epstein files, if this was like a cake, it's like the flour to the cake. It's a main ingredient to the movement. They were promised this for so long that their supporters are not going to welcome that.
So by the way, someone in the chat says, look at Eric Swalwell looking like Jack Ballard from, I guess it's from Scandal.
That's funny. It's funny. It's my first day back at work after 50 days, Don. I'm just warming up to it. Yeah.
So you can continue to walk if you have to go. We'll take you until as long. So tell us where you're going and
yes, I'm going to.
What's the feel?
Going to the floor. Going to the floor. I'll get on the train here. With you. Hey, sir, how are you? Probably look like an intern right now because I don't have my suit and pin on. But the feel is for Adelita. She was not able to serve her constituents for well over 40 days. She was elected by her constituents, and in this shutdown, when she should have had resources to communicate to them, to help them, she wasn't able to get sworn in. But now she's sworn in. And by the way, if they think that getting Lauren Boebert or someone else off of this is going to save them, there is another election in Houston in just a couple of weeks that will bring another Democratic member. So, you might as well just do it now. You might as well. It's all coming out, is how I see it.
And people are saying they like the look, that you look more like a human being, that you don't have to be in a suit the entire time. We'll keep it. That sometimes things cut out. I know I've been on this choo-choo train and going between the Congress and the office building.
Well, Don, I usually do what's called train takes, where I ride with my colleagues and ask them for their take on something. So this is the first time I've had a journalist on train takes.
Giving a train take. So I said, what's the mood there? I mean, are Democrats feeling more confident, especially after what happened, with the senators the other day? I mean, does having Grijalva sworn in, and there seems to be some momentum on the Epstein files, what is it like there?
Yeah, well, we have momentum because we won critical elections just a week ago in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, California. We feel more confident because, we know from the No Kings rally that, we have supporters behind us. They're on our side. They're with us. What those senators did, is frustrating because I don't know if you've ever read the 48 Laws of Power, but rule number 1 was not to fold when you hold all the cards, right? Rule number 1 is, like, if you have the best cards, hold your ground and get the best deal for the hand that you're playing. And so, to me, times like these reveal not only who should lead us, but who should leave us. And that is much of the sentiment as far as what those senators did, who just left out to dry, so many people who are going to pay more now on their health insurance.
Where are you now, Congressman?
Yeah, so I just left the Rayburn building, took the train. I'm at the Capitol. I'm 2 floors below the Capitol. So I'm going to get in an elevator here in a second that will take me out of service to go cast this vote. But yeah, I still would say a lot of excitement on our side because we're starting to write a comeback story. That comeback story started with the vote last week, a little bit of a setback with these senators capitulating, but they don't represent, I think, where the signal is right now in this country, which is, to fight and protect, what our rights are, what our freedoms are, and to stand up to this bully of a president.
Do you think we're going to see these files released?
Yes, although, I mean, there has to be an asterisk now around them, right? Because who knows, like, how hard Kash Patel is working every day to scrub them and protect the president from whatever's in it. But I still believe that there's still good people at the FBI and DOJ, who ultimately, when compelled, will make sure that we see them. But it's not going to be easy, and your viewers shouldn't give up because we're making progress, clearly.
Yeah, go ahead and get on the elevator if we lose you. But I just want to ask you, if we lose you, it's fine. But I want to ask you, having read the emails and seeing the reporting, just give me.
You know what? I'm a young man. I can take the stairs.
What's your takeaway, having read these emails and here, Donald Trump, his nose is on the glass. He walked into a window looking at girls in the pool, or he, was with one of the victims for hours at the house, and still this dog hasn't barked yet. What's your takeaway from all of this?
It makes sense why he is working so hard to bury the files, because he's connected to the most notorious child sex trafficker in the history of America. And so, of course, he's trying to distance himself from it. And this seems to be like the one issue that his supporters will not forgive him for. Like they were promised that all of the villains who they were told to hate are in these files, and now he's hiding it. And he probably would have been better off just fronting it all in the first place, because now he just looks, as we'd say in the Bay Area, hella guilty.
That's true. You think the reaction, you think it would have been different and people would have been digging as much if he hadn't said, stop talking about this, and then Pam Bondi saying, we're going to release any of this stuff? And Kash Patel changing his tune after being a podcaster, and then all of a sudden having seen the files, like, oh, shit.
So I think they've priced in that, he's got a creep element to him, and they probably would have gone along. But now they're just like, dude, like, what are you keeping from us? Like, what do you not want us to see? And this is just not going away. I just, and I'm, the son of 2 Republicans, married a girl from Indiana, grew up in Iowa. Like, I've got a lot of family members, Don, who are on that side. And this is consequential to them.
I got to tell you, this is great television, the information we're getting, but then you just being natural and doing this, I guess you can't take us onto the Capitol floor, on the floor of the because
Well, I got a few more steps to climb, but I'll do it with you.
Are you lost?
I do get lost.
Yeah, it's
All
easy
right,
to
I'm
get.
taking you.
Have you had a chance to speak
It's
with?
my colleague Adam Gray. You're on with Don Lemon. It's Adam Gray.
How are you?
Doing it for Adam's from the Central Valley. You got, I
Have
think
you had a
Maxwell
chance to speak
Frost.
with?
Max, along with
Is
Don
that
Lemon right
Maxwell
now.
Frost?
Oh, hey, what's
Maxwell
up?
Frost, how
So
are
you're
you?
live, young man. We're live. Yeah.
What's good?
Ask him how he's feeling about what's happening. About
Maxwell, Don wants to know how you're feeling about what's happening.
the Epstein
Not good.
file.
Look, I come from the largest state for the Affordable Care Act, 1.9 million people. Right now, 189,000 people in my district alone are seeing their premiums go up. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, people who don't give a damn about politics, working people, and I think that's shameful. So I'm voting no on this bill, and we'll continue the fight to make sure that we save healthcare for people in this country. But it really impacts me. I'm the 7th biggest Affordable Care Act district in the country, so we're gonna keep this fight going.
What about the
I'm
new
headed
information?
to the floor now. So,
okay, you got to go. You're gonna have to go. Yeah. Okay.
all right. Back at you
Congressman,
soon.
thank you, and thank you, Congressman Maxwell.
I'll
Frost. Thank you. We
invoice
really
you for my
appreciate it.
correspondent time.
I got you. Thank
Peace.
you, Representative Eric Swalwell. Now we used to call that great TV. That was great streaming. And that is the power of independent media. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a show. We're live every weekday at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time with new clips dropping at 2 p. and 8 p. And if you want even more Don Lemon Show content, join the Lemon community. Members get exclusive posts, behind-the-scenes videos, and live chats just for you. So hit the join button or visit our channel page to sign up. Thanks again for all your love and your support, and I'll see you next time.